Good morning. We're back in Italy again today, and what I have for you is the Carcano 1891 rifle. We've looked at a couple of the carbines already, but this is the granddaddy here. This is where it all started. Um, this one was built in 1917, and I'm not sure where because the name has been rubbed off for some reason. Which brings up the point that at this time, and I'm not sure why, but when they put a serial number on a rifle, they put it on the barrel. They didn't put it on the receiver itself. So the actual driver for the serial number was the barrel, not the receiver. Eventually, you'll see guns that'll have both. It'll be on both, and then you'd say, well, it's matching numbers because the serial number and the barrel on the barrel and the receiver both match. I'm not exactly sure why they did it that way, but that was the way that they did it. Um, this is a bolt action. It's in the 6.5 by 52. It replaced. It's the introduction of the smokeless uh, gunpowder for the Italians. It replaced the gun before them, which was a Vital, Vitail, and that round was a 10.35 by 47. So that's almost double, you know, the size of the round itself, because this was the 6.5 by 52. So with the smokeless, it was more powerful. People could have smaller bullets that would travel faster and more accurate. And uh, and of course, this is, I believe, is a leftover from the fact that they used to have, or believe that you had to have a really long barrel for it to be more accurate than using the black powder. It's got a butt plate on it. It's got the the swivels, the two swivels. Up here, it's got its bayonet lug right here underneath, and its cleaning rod. And we talked about the cleaning rod they had because they had to clean their rifles more frequently than we do today because the gunpowder was a lot dirtier. 6 rounds in the magazine. Um, the sight itself is, you can see, it's bigger. The sight that we had for the carbines was smaller, and the sight for the don't fall, don't fall, and the sight for the actual rifle was much bigger. The carbine, the sight went out to about 1,500 yards. This goes to 2,000 yards. The way it was set up was push it out, and that would be your battle sight, and you could shoot. And the little button that you push here, you push it in, and you can bring it to whatever distance you want. One thing about the Carcano rifles, and I'm not sure, maybe if people know that would correct me, that would be good. They used a type of rifling where to help the bullet spin up faster and be more accurate. The God, I can't remember the name of it, but what it is it starts out where the rifling is larger or spread further apart down here at the beginning of the barrel, and by the time it gets up to the top of the barrel, it's narrow, so it helps it spin it up even faster so that it can go up. Which was important because that was really an innovative thing to do. So it helped with accuracy for distance for these guns. One of the problems that they had, and I think we spoke about it when we did the Carcanos before, was they made carbines, and what they did was they cut the barrels and to make the barrel shorter for the carbines. And when they did that, they messed up this whole system that they had for accuracy for the barrels. And I'll have to look up the name of that method of doing the rifling. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, the I'm trying to think if there's anything else about the rifle. They started with this, and then somewhere before World War One, they decided that this was actually a pretty long rifle for people to be carrying around out in the field, even though it's light. It weighs less than the Enfields that we had earlier. This is about 8 pounds. I mean, which is pretty light for a rifle that's this large. But it just was too big, so that's why they went with the smaller. And most of the armies that I've read about, they went to either the short rifles or the carbines for their infantry because these long rifles are just too big to carry around. Tomorrow I'll show you another long rifle that didn't change up through World War II. Till World War II, they decided also that it was too long. But we'll do that tomorrow. Um, I got this rifle that was a sporterized rifle. Luckily, they didn't cut the barrel. They all they did was just cut the wood and made it into something that really looked foolish. I mean, when you think about it, you have the wood here, it ends here, and then you have all this barrel sitting, hanging out there, you know. But luckily, it said they didn't cut the barrel, so it made it a lot easier to to revive it back to where it should be. Um, and that's it for the Carcano full size rifle. Uh, and I have another carbine, but I think we'll go tomorrow to Russia and look at one of their rifles and see what they were up to. All right, well, thanks for watching.